Since 2014, the revolutionary force in retro entertainment. Hey guys, ASMR Retro here, and today I'm going to talk about my top 10 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. I always loved his movies growing up, and I still do. He has so many great ones, especially earlier on in his career. So I thought I might talk about my top 10. Now, this is just my opinion. You can have your own opinion, and I'd like to actually see what you guys think are your favorite Arnold movies in the comments below. And also, don't take this too seriously, because honestly, if you asked me to make this list tomorrow, I might come up with a different order. So, anyways, let's get started here. First of all, so we'll go backwards here. One being, my favorite, so we'll start off at 10. Number 10 is TWINS, and that was from 1988. So this is a classic comedy with Arnold Schwarzenegger, obviously, and Danny DeVito. Very funny movie. If you didn't know, Arnold is actually quite funny. He can be quite funny. And this is one of those comedies that he's really good at. And I was either going to pick this or Kindergarten Cop, but I think I like this one because I think he needed, a seasoned actor like Danny DeVito to play off of, I guess. Arnold in this movie was kind of the naive one, where Danny DeVito was sort of the rough around the edges kind of guy. Really good movie, funny, but also kind of heartwarming as well. Arnold does this, they do this experiment to try to make the perfect human being, which was Arnold, but then something screwed up and there was a twin, which was Danny DeVito, which obviously looks nothing like Arnold, but that was the joke. And then as Danny DeVito puts it, he used the leftover scrap. And then there's some animosity there, and then they have to try to find their real mother and blah blah blah. So it's actually quite a good story, quite funny, quite a good adventure. So I highly recommend Twins. Okay, let's go to number 9. Running Man, and this is from 1987. I think some people would put this higher up on the list, and it is a classic Arnold movie. I do enjoy it, but the reason I didn't put it higher up on the list is because, I don't know, there's something about it that I find kind of depressing. I don't know if it's the soundtrack. And yeah, I know it's supposed to be depressing, like a dystopian kind of future, but there's something about it that, I don't know, it makes me put it lower on the list, I guess. But it is a very fun movie. Talk about one-liners. There's one-liners all over the place. So many I can't even remember off the top of my head, really. I think this has the most one-liners out of all movies. They're not all good one-liners, but there's a lot of them in there. Jesse Ventura is in the movie. It's futuristic movie, kind of like a reality show where criminals get to fight for their freedom, but they fight to the death, right? So there's some elements of like wrestling in there, and there's some stuff that's sort of ahead of its time. Like there's one part where Jesse Ventura is fighting Arnold in this steel cage, and he throws Arnold into these spikes, but you find out it's not actually Arnold. They use this like facial mapping technology, what do you call it, like deepfake kind of thing. And I remember as a kid when I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's ridiculous, that's not possible, right? That'll never be possible, but here we are, it's possible. So anyways, pretty good movie, pretty solid movie, pretty fun to watch, but not one of my top favorites. To my top 10 obviously, but you know, not my top 5. Okay, let's go to number 8. What do you think it's gonna be? I pick, this one might be controversial. Actually, there's no the in it. Let me take away the the. I don't think there's a the. It's just last action hero from 1993. I know this movie gets a really bad rap, and a lot of people say it's terrible, but you know what? It's actually not that bad. It's a pretty fun movie. It's a pretty fun adventure action movie. It's silly or whatever. I think it fails a little bit as a comedy, and I think they tried to market it too much as a comedy, and I think the comedy does fall flat a little bit, which is again surprising because Arnold is pretty funny, but he doesn't come off that funny in this movie. But I really like the concept of the movie about the magic ticket, and the kid goes in the movie and he has to help Arnold, and you see all those cameos from other actors, and the part where he's in the video store and he sees the poster of Terminator 2, but it's actually Sylvester Stallone. All those things like really add to the fun of the movie. And the action is actually, it's ridiculous, but it's like so over the top that it's really fun to watch. So, you know what, it's not a bad movie. It has its flaws for sure. But I would oh, and I like the villain too, the guy with the glass eye. Forget his name. And then there's the other guy, the Ripper, who has all that makeup on, and he has the hood on and all that stuff. So, it's really good. One thing I always wondered though is why, when Arnold was in the real world and he had the magic ticket, why didn't he go into one of the earlier Jack Slater movies and save his son? You know what I mean? They never even brought it up as a possibility. But anyways, I guess they never thought of that. Okay, what's next? So that was number 8. Okay, here we go. Number 7. I'm surprised this is so low on the list. This should probably be higher on the list, but it is True Lies. 1994. I think I didn't put it higher on the list because I saw the movie so many times that I don't really have that much of interest in seeing it again. Because I just saw it a billion times, but it's a great movie. What a fantastic movie directed by James Cameron. Of course, he made this right after Last Action Hero, which bombed. But this was it, of course. Great action, kind of like a James Bond type of movie. lots of humor with like Tom Arnold and stuff like that. Of course, it has what's his name, Bill Paxton, right? Bill Paxton, yeah, that's his name. Who sort of plays the cowardly, fraudulent spy. And then you have, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis, who's great in that role as well. Just a very fun spy action adventure. A lot of comedy in that movie as well. Some great effects, so you can't go wrong with True Lies. Lots of fun there. Okay, let's go to number 6. Number 6, I put Conan the Barbarian from 1982. Wow, that goes way back. Was that his first starring role? I think it might have been, yeah. Not his first movie, but his first starring role, but well, my writing is so crooked. But anyways, just a great movie. It's Conan the Barbarian. It's Arnold. He's jacked. He's got a sword. There's a lot of blood and guts and gore. The soundtrack is fantastic. Probably one of the best soundtracks for an Arnold movie ever. Maybe for any movie ever. It's just brilliant. It's one of those soundtracks you want to download and just listen to. And as a matter of fact, I think I remember when Zelda came out for the Nintendo 64, I seem to remember they used one of the tracks from Conan the Barbarian, but I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm like 99% sure. But yeah, it's a really great movie. What can you... Oh, James Earl Jones, of course, is the villain. And, he plays sort of this cult leader. And he's almost like a Vader type figure. Almost like a father figure in a sense, or he tries to be to Arnold at the end there. But anyways, fantastic movie. Lots of blood and gore and stuff like that. If you like that kind of thing, yeah, some of the effects are dated, of course. But the music more than makes up for it. Okay, that was number 6. Let's go to number 5. Okay, here's another one that you might think should be higher up on the list. Terminator 1984. Of course, the classic sci-fi movie directed by James Cameron. I didn't want to put higher up on the list because there's another movie, which we'll get to later, that's much higher on the list. And again, it's a great movie. It is a little bit dated with the music and stuff like that, but with the budget that they had, it's an amazing movie. I can understand why younger generations might look at this and be like, what the hell is this? But I can still watch it and enjoy it a lot. But the thing is, I have to be in the right kind of mood to kind of watch it. You know what I mean? It's not a movie that I can always just pop in at any time and enjoy it. Right? I have to be in that really, right frame of mind. So I think that's why I didn't get, higher on the list, so to speak. Okay, next up. However, this is a movie that I can pop in anytime, no matter what, and enjoy myself tremendously. this is the first movie that he starred in that he wasn't like a robot or, a barbarian or something like that. He was just like a regular person who happened to be an invincible commando. But anyways, of course, his daughter gets kidnapped. He's an ex-Green Beret or whatever the hell he is. And he basically murders dozens upon dozens of people to get his daughter back. So what else can you ask for? Just a very fun, ridiculous movie. And then he fights that villain. One of the villains, he looks like Freddie Mercury with the mustache, and then he just throws that pipe and it goes right through him. He's like, let off some steam, Bennett. Lots of one-liners in that movie too. I remember one time on the plane, there's one part on the plane where like the bad guy sort of has him hostage, or not hostage, but he has him, whatever, and then he snaps the guy's neck, and then Arnold tells the stewardess or whatever, is like, can you please don't bother my friend, he's dead tired, or something like that. Oh, no, there's another part. They're like, oh, do you have any luggage to declare? And he's like, yeah, just him. It's much funnier coming from Arnold, trust me. But another fantastic Arnold movie you should check out. Okay, then we go to number 3. And if I recall, it is Total Recall, and that's from 1990. It's just an awesome movie. I believe it's made by the same guy who made RoboCop, and you can totally tell. It just has that RoboCop feel, ultra violent, and so many memorable moments. Some of them kind of ridiculous looking, like when Arnold's taking that thing out of his nose, that bug or whatever, that tracer thingy, or when he's dressed up as that woman and he's like 2 weeks, and then the head just sort of comes apart, but it's like not even a real Arnold, it's like a plasticine Arnold under there, and then the head blows up. But yeah, it's a really cool movie. Sharon Stone is in it. It's one of those mind F movies where it's like, is this a dream? Is this really happening? A lot of it, most of it takes place on Mars. It's really hard to explain in a few words, but definitely if you like sci-fi, this is a good movie for you to watch, especially if you like, mind F sci-fi movies. You'll have to watch this one a few times to, maybe get what's going on. Like, you'll get it, but you won't know, like, wait a minute, was this a dream? Was this real? Blah, 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 blah. I still don't know the answer myself, but anyways. Okay, and then we have Predator from 1987. Predator. What a great movie this is. One of my favorite Arnold movies. Again, this is one of those movies where if it's on TV, I have to watch it. Like, even if it's halfway through or whatever, I just have to watch it. Such a good movie. What an interesting twist on an alien type movie where the alien is a hunter and he's hunting humans, but he's invisible. Like, he has cloaking technology. But then near the end of the movie, Arnold figures out if he puts mud on himself, then the alien can't see him. So he kind of reverses the thingy-majiggy. So, man, I'm not doing it justice, but it's such a good movie. And, you really, the whole redeems himself at the end, but unfortunately he loses his life. Of course, it has the classic line, "Get to the chopper." So yeah, great, fantastic movie. They filmed it in, I don't know where they filmed it, but it was in some jungle, and you can tell because they're all like sweaty, and it gives the feel of them, going through this horrible experience. And then at the end, when Arnold has to set up all these traps to catch the predator, or to fight the predator, just such a good movie. Definitely the best Predator movie ever made, period. And one of the best, second best, in my opinion, Arnold movie ever made. And then finally, I don't think it's any surprise, number one is Hercules in New York. No, I'm just kidding. It is T2 Mint Day. I don't think there's any question about it. Not only is this the best Arnold movie of all time, I believe this is one of the best movies of all time. What a great action movie. I mean, what can you say about this that hasn't already been said? The effects, the liquid metal, the fact that Arnold was a good guy this time was a pretty good twist, even though everyone knew that was going to happen because of the trailers. But you have the liquid metal, Robert Patrick, I think his name is, did such a good job. Linda Hamilton was so badass in that movie. Love that character. John Connor did a great job. And you know what? It's funny to say, but this movie is kind of touching at the end when Arnold has to, or the Terminator has to. Well, he doesn't self-terminate, but Sarah Connor has to lower him into the thing, and then John Connor, it's like, "I order you not to go. I order you not to go," or whatever. That was pretty touching. So, action is just top notch. I don't know what else to say. Great script. I love the future war scenes. They were good in the first Terminator 2, the first Terminator movie, rather. But in this one, they just brought it to a whole new level. So, what can I say? Greatest movie of all time. And the greatest Arnold movie of all time. So, anyway, there's my list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you have a different opinion, that's cool. I'd like to hear it in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it relaxing, and I'll see you guys next time.